Hey everyone, and welcome to Project Houston 245. Hey, good morning everyone, and welcome to my video for the Raleigh City of Oaks Half Marathon. This is one of my tune-up races for Houston Marathon, Project Houston 245. We're almost halfway through the training plan right now. Don't know what I'm really going to do for this one yet, and it's tomorrow. I think I'm going to go hard, but maybe 95% hard. Maybe not leaving it all out there because I don't want to interrupt training too much. I might try and do what I did at the Durham Bull City Racefest, which is go marathon pace for a couple of miles and then kind of just squeeze it down after that. What do you want, Con? But we'll see. I might go a little bit harder because it's going to be a challenging course like Durham, but maybe not quite so much elevation gain. So we will see what happens. Okay, here is the gear flat lay for Raleigh City of Oaks Half Marathon tomorrow. I'm going to have yet another one of the newer frames of Gooder sunglasses. These are the Bug G frames, and I'll be wearing a cheaper Mizuno headband. It's going to be on the temperature threshold where I may or may not need a headband. Probably start with one and then kind of stuff it in a pocket once I get warm. Reckless running singlet, always lightweight, always moisture wicking, and I like the aesthetic. Poena est adonum, pain is a gift. Here's my bib. I'm going to do the same nutrition plan that I did for Bull City Racefest a couple weeks ago. Start with a modestly caffeinated goo before the start, and then have a Morton gel on me for the middle of the race, which I did end up taking. I will run with the GoPro. I'm going to have gloves, these cotton throwaway gloves from Charlotte Running Company. I probably won't throw them away. I might just stuff them in my shorts. But if I throw them away, it's going to be no big loss. Rabbit Speedster half tights, like I often do for longer races, especially in the fall or winter, mainly because of the storage, but also because things just don't bounce around. I will have Injinji toe socks, the lightweight no-show toe socks, and I will be running in the Nike AlphaFly 3. At the moment, these are the shoes that I anticipate racing Houston in, and they only have about 15 miles on them altogether. So this will be a good tune-up race to make sure they are still at the top of that list. Good morning, it's Sunday morning. City of Oaks Marathon, half marathon, 10K, 5K. I'm here for the half marathon. As you can tell, it is 6:20 behind me. Race starts at 7 o'clock, so I've got about 40 minutes. I'm kind of just starting my warm-up. Just wanted to make sure I could get to the starting corrals. It looks like it's going to be a big race. They're doing corrals this year. Uphill start, looks like. So hopefully that will keep things, you know, calm and steady rather than going out too quickly. All right, beautiful morning. It's nice and cool. Let's get it done. All right, I've done my warm-up, just over 2 miles, nice and slow. Changed shoes into my AlphaFlies and my full race kit, and had to park about 3/4 of a mile from the start line. So this is kind of a second warm-up, jogging back over to the start line. That's good because I could use the extra shakeout today. It is beautiful and serene. It's going to be a good day to run fast, I think.
Gentlemen, 4 minutes.
4 minutes.
You guys on the half marathon today. Here comes that 10-second countdown.
10 seconds to go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And they're off, ladies and gentlemen. The 20
mile 2 in 12:33. Faster than a couple weeks ago. If I could maintain this, I'd be in pretty good shape. Dinosaurs everywhere. So, 10K is turned off. Now it's just half marathon and full marathon. I'm in a little bit of a no man's land. Here's the mile 4 marker, which I am passing in 25:10. That's decent. That's about a 6:17 pace. Yeah, I'm a believer without a trace, doubt in my mind.
Gatorade's up front.
10K split, 39:09. Exact same as 2 weeks ago. 6 mile was brutal, all uphill. Oh wait, gonna need a bathroom stop here. I'm not sure how long that bathroom stop was, maybe 30 seconds. My average pace has slowed to 6:23 per mile on my watch. So if I do the math, I don't know. I guess that's a little under a minute. Got some catching up to do. Turn around to 8.5. Mile 10, just under 64. Considering a bathroom break, not too bad. Mile 12, 76 flat.
Gatorade, looking good.
Maybe I can match a couple weeks ago time. It's gonna be close.
You're looking good. All right.
Mile 13, 121.59. Almost there. I think it was about 82:36 on the gun clock when I went through. I stopped my watch at 82:39. Either way, faster than I did in Durham 2 weeks ago by 10 seconds or so. And that's considering I had to stop in the porta potty for some GI issues at the mile 8 mark. So that's pretty much a win. I was able to close really hard on the last 5K. The last 5K was the fastest. It was under 19 minutes. It was probably closer to 18 and a half. And the terrain helped with that. It wasn't necessarily all downhill. It was rolling, but I was past the worst hills and just felt like I could really muster it up after that. So pretty happy with this result today, despite the GI issues. And yeah, I'll do a shoe talk after I cool down and get clothes on. All right, I'm doing a shuffly little cool down here, and it is a shuffle. Yeah, so I went out of the gate a little bit faster on this one than I did 2 weeks ago at Bull City Half, thinking you know, I just see what I could do without trying to go easy for those first two. I went comparatively easy. I was still kind of in a 6:20 pace, maybe 6:18 pace for those first couple of miles, as opposed to a 6:26 like I did in Durham. But I was closer to a goal race pace, and I would say I was feeling it more than I expected I should, but also telling myself sometimes half marathons are like that even from the start. After 3 or 4 miles, the pace I maintained or maybe even sped up a little bit, but the effort really settled in, and I felt like it was a sustainable effort. Yeah, the first 5 miles seemed to go really smoothly. That 6th mile was just brutal. It was all steady uphill, even through the 10K mark, the 6.2 mark, and I was on pace for a sub 39 10K split, and I think I crossed in 39:09, which is the same split I had at Durham 2 weeks ago for the 10K. And then a lot of it was just trying to recover after that. There were still some rollers after that, including to where the turnaround was near mile 10. And oh yeah, mile 8, at the mile 8 mark, had to stop and use the porta potty. That ate up about 30 or 40 seconds. So I haven't looked back at Strava yet to see what that mile 8 split was. But yeah, I'm sure it's in the 7s. However, cranked it down after that, especially in the last 5K, and got my pace back down below 6:17 according to my watch. In fact, it was the same pace per mile that my watch read for Bull City 2 weeks ago, but of course with a stop in there. Let me stop for a second. According to Garmin, my run time was 1:21:53 for a 13.2 mile GPS measured course. So I think had I not had any GI issues, I would have been sub 82, because I was really 82 and a half, 82 in the mid 30s, even with the stop. So can't be upset about that. I'm gonna go get my participant shirt, and then I'll do a shoe talk. Okay, I've done my cool down. I've gone and gotten my participant shirt and everything, and I've put some calories in me, so I'm back to the land of the living. It's time to do a shoe talk. Nike AlphaFly 3. That was the shoe choice of today, mainly to give it another good test before Houston. This is the second race I've done with it. I did another half marathon, which was even more hilly than this. I think it's going to perform better than the Cloud Boom Strike as far as being able to be punchy on different types of terrain. That's not going to be so much of a worry at Houston because Houston is flat. I will say that like the Cloud Boom Strike, it is not the best shoe for climbing up hills, steep hills or sustained hills. Just because you do get lost in a little bit of that 4-foot cushion when you're trying to power up the hills. You do get more pop from this AirPod unit, and I think it is a little bit poppier off the toe if you can lean into it than the Cloud Boom Strike. As long as it's not a steep hill, if it's a moderate grade hill, then you can kind of lean into it and get the same benefit you would on flat ground. Downhills, this thing flies. The last 5K of today's race was mostly downhill. It was rolling, but it was a downhill trend, and I was able to hit that in the high 18s, mid to high 18s, just clocking sub 6 minute paces at the end of a half marathon, and that's pretty good for me. And I just felt like this shoe was banging and popping. It is not the most stable shoe, but it's stable enough that I don't feel like I'm going to really be out of my element were I to take this for a full marathon. Durability is a bit of an issue. Of course it is with many of these race shoes. These shoes now have almost 30 miles on them, And if you can tell, my wear area is right there on the lateral forefoot, and the micro tread right there under the air pod has worn away. You can tell some of this foam has kind of frayed off too, but that is mostly cosmetic. And my left foot is always worse than my right foot. The same place in the right foot, I still have a decent amount of tread there, but the foam is still getting it a little bit chewed up. I still think there's plenty of life in these shoes, and I'll probably be able to get 100 to 150 top quality racing miles out of them, and then after that they would be good training shoes. So I think they are going to be worth the money, because if I do Houston in these, then they'll still only have like 50 racing miles. The upper felt great. It was locked down. This knit upper, I keep on forgetting what it's called. I'll put it in the captions or something. It just seemed to fit. I guess it's Atom Knit 3.0. There we go. And I was locked down the whole time, just felt the pop, was very aware of the AirPods, was very aware of the plate, yeah, the cushion just kept on giving back. So right now, these are still top in the running for Houston Marathon. If I were going to choose a hill that had a lot of uphill, a lot of steep uphill, I would not choose these though. I would more choose something like either of the Asics Metaspeed shoes or the Puma Deviate Nitro Elite 3. So yeah, that is my shoe talk. Thank you for watching the City of Oaks Half Marathon race recap and shoe talk. Don't forget to like, subscribe, ding the bell for notifications, and I'll catch you on the next run.